video you're about to watch contains especially unsettling interrogation footage discussing true-life events, actions, and crimes that may profoundly shock and deeply unnerve even the most seasoned and hardened viewer. This is the first time that a warning has been deemed necessary for a video on this channel. Proceed with caution and with morbid curiosity.
This is Kevin Davis. Between the hours of 8 and 9 p.m. March 26, 2014, his life as well as everyone else's around him would change forever, while his mother Kimberly Hill would lose hers. Here's a look into the interrogation. The first 4 minutes is Kevin waiting for detectives to enter the room, having his Miranda rights read to him and providing his signatures and initials to officially and legally agree to speak to detectives. This is standard practice.
Like saying earlier, you've talked to some people, you want to get some stuff off your chest. We're here to listen to you.
Why are you here? What happened?
Tell us what happened.
Well, has anybody gone to the house yet? Do you really?
We know what happened.
We have, but we want to hear it from you.
Or we have an idea. You're the only one looking at us. Start at the beginning, man. What caused all this?
Well, the very beginning, I asked my mother for permission to die, or rather kind of commit suicide, the sort of beating around the bush sort of thing. Because, well, that doesn't really matter why I wanted to kill myself.
Sure it does. Tell us.
I'm bored with life. I don't like life. I don't like people. I don't like living it, basically. There's really anything depressing about it. It just is what it is. And so I wrote the note. I did.
When did you write the note?
Around 6-ish, 7-ish.
Today or yesterday?
Yesterday.
Okay.
That's in the afternoon or morning?
Afternoon.
Okay. And then what happened?
And then...
Did you get upset with it?
No, actually. I mulled it over. And then on a whim, actually, I turned it over. Wrote a plan to kill both my mother and my sister, quite frankly, because that's always been a thing of mine. I'm a bit of a pervert.
Is it like a fantasy thing?
It is, actually. So, that didn't happen. The best laid plans never work out, apparently, or at least the one scribbled on a piece of paper, because she had decided she was sick of this stuff, and she was going to go send me to live with my sister again. And so I kind of leapt off in a fury and just did it right then and there.
Okay. You did what?
Well, I tried to strangle her with a cord, a ripped cord from a video game console controller. That didn't work, huh?
Where was this at? You thought of strangler?
She was sitting on the couch watching TV.
Okay.
That didn't work out too well. She started screaming, and so I went to her room, opened a drawer at the very bottom to the right. I pulled out a hammer. I went back in the living room, and, well, you kind of get the gist from there. And, she was out pretty quickly. Kind of tried to play dead at first, but then I finished it.
So you hit her with a hammer when she was sitting in the sofa in the living room?
No. First, I tried to strangle her, and that didn't work. Right. She grabbed the cord, so I raced back into her room, grabbed the hammer, came back out, and then did it.
Okay. How many times did you hit her with a hammer in the living room?
At least 20, but then she was still alive. I dragged her into the room, as you probably clearly saw, and then I kind of wormed my hands into her brains to kind of just cut it. She was still snoring.
Okay. So she was still alive?
She was still alive.
And you went in there and you kind of grabbed those brains?
Yeah, I just finished it.
All right. Did you use a knife on her?
Actually, I was going to, but no, I didn't get to do that.
I guess you never got to stab her with a knife?
No.
It was all with a hammer?
It was all with a hammer in my hand.
Where did you hit her with a hammer?
The head.
All in the head area?
all in the head, I believe. I may have gotten her hand because she was covering herself.
Is this in the front or the back of the head?
Top, back, mainly. No, actually the entrance wound is around yonder somewhere here.
Okay.
And then, so when you dragged her to the living room, to the bedroom, you kept on hitting her there?
Yeah, I kind of went.
That's where that's when you reached in and grabbed her brain?
Yeah, I kicked at it a bit. Then I just, that was kind of silly, but then I just decided to reach in and kind of just do it.
Mm-hmm. And then what did you do after that?
Then I had sex with her corpse.
You did? Okay. Did you come inside her?
I did, actually.
Have you ever done that before, like had sex with her?
No, I haven't, actually.
This was just the first time?
Oh, yeah, I lost my virginity to a corpse.
Okay. Did you change in the bathroom? Did you?
I did. I took a bath before then. My penis really, well, that's a little personal, but yeah, I needed to clean it off, and so, and then I changed, yeah.
Okay. What about your sister? What's your sister's name?
Desiree Hill.
Is she okay?
She is okay, yeah.
Okay.
Where does she live?
At an apartment actually very near here. That big kind of Hispanic thing, like Spanish-looking building.
Mm-hmm.
It's an old apartment complex with a code.
Was it a fantasy of yours to kill her as well?
It was.
Did you write down that on your note?
Oh, I did, actually, but I decided against it because, well, I'd had my fill of killing. I didn't seem a little much.
Mm-hmm.
A little too excessive, yeah.
So after you went in and you killed her, and you made sure that she was dead by grabbing her brain and moving it around, then you took her clothes off, or what? Or was she already unclothed?
Actually, I had to drag her by her clothes to get her in there. It was very laborious, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So she's a pretty big woman, she's heavy.
Yeah.
Hey, is she your natural mother? Biological mother?
Yeah, actually, she is my natural mother.
Mm-hmm.
I take after my father.
Okay.
Hey, what kind of thrill did you get by having sex with her?
I'd always loved my mother, I guess in the wrong sort of way, but a kind of love, I guess. Maybe some rage.
Okay.
Maybe just a little. But
In a Freudian style?
Freudian? I kind of get where you're coming from. Sure, why not? Yeah.
All right. Have you killed anybody else before?
I have not.
You just fantasized about it?
I just fantasy, yeah.
Okay.
What got you to this point? Tell us about what got you to this point. Did you hate life? You wanted to commit suicide? Oh, what did you say about when you told her you wanted in a roundabout way to commit suicide? She said no. She said yes. What did she say to you?
She said, basically, I'm a grown man, and what I do, she can't really stop me. She was distraught over it, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, she said she'd cope with it. If you kill, and that's kind of why she wanted me to go away. Why she called my sister to come pick me up, and that's kind of why I just left.
So at that point, you got pissed.
Not necessarily. I just knew it was time to act now or never.
How long have you had this thoughts in your brain?
It's around my preteens, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you ever seek any kind of medical attention, psychological? You feel that you can cope with that?
Nope, I never really seeked help, actually. I just accepted it as a part of me. I wasn't really ashamed of it.
Mm-hmm.
It just was what it was.
Let's talk about the notes that you wrote. How many notes did you write?
3.
3. There was one in the living room.
Yeah.
That one was addressed to who?
Desiree, my sister, because I knew she's a good girl, but rather sensitive. I knew she would lose her head if she kind of saw that.
Do you remember what the note said?
Keep your head. Hurry. She might still be alive, although I highly doubt it in parentheses.
Mm-hmm.
Something along those lines, yeah. Sincerely.
But when you wrote the note, you knew your mom was already dead?
Oh, yeah, I knew it. You know,
So you were just messing with Desiree by writing that she might still be alive?
Yeah, my sick sense of humor.
Okay.
I was pretty well off my rocker by then.
All right. And then there's a second note in your mom's bedroom. What did that one say? Do you remember?
Chase me.
Was that addressed to the police or to who?
I was in a very playful mood at the time.
Okay.
I just wanted to run. I just wanted to see how far I could get. But
Yeah. So what, your plan was to leave town? Or what, according to one of the notes that you wrote?
oh yes,
But a bus,
actually, yeah,
taking a bus?
the Greyhound bus. I was gonna try to get out of the state or anything really.
Okay. But I guess something else happened. You ended up at somebody's house?
No,
What
actually.
happened?
I told you my plan was foiled because she talked to me. She said my sister's going to come pick me up now, like in a few minutes.
Uh-huh.
Go live with her, and that's when I said it's time to act, now or never.
I see.
I just went over to their house to use their phone, and then I was using their phone, so I thought I might as well tell them when they asked me questions. I mean, they had questions on using their phone.
Where was this at? Where did you end up at?
Ultimately, I ended up in the backwoods of a ditch.
Here in town or out of town?
Robstown.
In Robstown. How did you get over there?
In Corpus Christi, I biked halfway, and then I got to the train tracks, and then I ditched the bike in the thick woods, and then from the train tracks, I just walked.
To Robstown?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you came up to was it like the first house that you saw, or how did you go to this house to ask to use the phone?
Initially, my plan was just to run as far as I can, but then I ended up crying my eyes out in like the thick woods, like, what did I do? And I realized, you don't know what you lost till you've already lost it. And so I knew that my life wasn't going to go anywhere, not anymore. So I just kind of gave it up midway.
But what brings you here, other than your life, is you just give up on life now and you need to tell somebody what happened, basically, right?
I guess, yeah.
Your inside you want to do one thing, but your inside tells you more, like your heart, right? It's talking out of your heart. You know? You feel sorry you did this to your mom?
In a way, yes, but I wouldn't take back what I did. It's strange, really. I did love her. In a way.
Has she been mean to me?
Oh, no, she's been the best mother.
Okay, so she is nothing that she did?
Oh, absolutely nothing, no.
If I was to ask you, what did she do to deserve this, what would you answer?
Absolutely nothing. I'm a
Terrible
cruel,
person.
disgusting person. Yeah, basically.
How did you come up with the idea to kill her and have sex with her?
How did I come up with it?
Yeah, was it?
It's been a developing
Just,
idea. My brain.
But you haven't gotten ideas from games or videos, or you're not into that? Some of those dark games?
Some things inspired me, but they did not necessarily plant the seed.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? They didn't plant the seed, but they did egg me on, rather, I guess.
Is that the books you've been reading?
Not necessarily. I watched them. I recently got into watching some foreign movies, creepy stuff, not necessarily mainstream horror, the kind of stuff that you keep away from.
Oh, okay. So are you into witchcraft? Anything like that?
No. Not right. I guess it sounds kind of strange.
I'm just interested because it's something unusual, and you're here telling us about it, and you appear to be a nice guy. You appear to be a good guy. You're not yelling and screaming at us.
You seem very rational.
You're very rational. You appear to be a good guy. This is what I'm trying to figure out. That's all.
Well, despite how I ended her life, I'm kind of more fascinated by the more artistic ways of murder, the meticulous manner, the way they cut them open and just slice them to pieces. I mean, such care, such love. And
where did the hammer come from that you used?
From her drawer.
Okay.
Yes.
And then after you killed her, you just left it there, the hammer?
I did.
Yes, because you saw a hammer there next to her body. That's the one you used?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there was some blood in the knife, but you said you never used it? I guess just blood just from where you grabbed it around the...
Oh, that knife. Actually, I used that to stir her brains up a little, but then that didn't really work out, so I just kind of decided to delve on in.
Did you do that in the living room or the bedroom? Because we found that it wasn't in the bedroom.
I may have started at. So. Yeah, actually, I used the knife in the living room, and then didn't I take it with me?
So her brains were already kind of coming out in the living room when you dragged her?
Yes, but she was still snoring like a baby, and so I just kind of dragged her.
Explain how you grabbed her so that you wouldn't leave such a mess in the carpet.
That
Did you carry her from underneath the arms and just dragged her, or how did you drag her?
it was very sloppy, actually. I kind of just winged it. I dragged her from her shirt. I dragged her by her legs. I dragged her by any way I kind of felt. I mean,
Okay.
I don't really exert physical labor too, so I'm not a very strong person.
She's bigger than you are.
Yeah.
She's a little bigger than you.
How many siblings do you have? Is it just you and Desiree?
I do have a half brother, actually, but I haven't seen him in a long while.
Does he live here in town or no?
He doesn't.
Okay. How about Dad? Where's Dad? He's not in the picture. Your dad?
No, not really. He's an idiot. He's an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have an idea where he's at?
Probably somewhere in Fort Worth, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And you lived there with your mom at the Windrush Apartments? What's the apartment number there?
1707.
Which you have your own bedroom there?
I do.
Okay. So the note where you wrote the plan that you were going to leave town and kill your mom, kill your sister, that was the one that we found it. We found it in one of the bedrooms, not where your mom was, but the other one. That was your room.
Yeah, that was my room with the big, blank, floppy looking. Yeah.
Okay. But your sister didn't live with you guys.
She did.
Okay.
There was a magic marker there on top of the little desk here in your room.
Magic marker?
Like
Permanent marker.
Like a marker.
Permanent marker.
Okay, permanent marker. Yes.
Is that the one you used? It was on a little like folding table. That's where you wrote your notes.
I think I just grabbed a piece of like my old schoolwork and just kind of.
How do you do in schoolwork, man? Going back to school, how do you do in schoolwork?
Pretty mediocre. I never really could muster, but didn't even really care. I mean, I guess I excelled in English for all that was worth.
Okay. How about sports?
No, I don't like sports.
You don't like sports? Football? I know you're a little small for football, but.
Oh.
Yeah.
What school did you go to?
Ray High School.
Ray? And you were in 10th grade?
Yeah.
All right. Do you ever tell anybody else what your plans were? That, what you wanted to do with your mom or your sister?
No, but over the years, there were hints. As a younger boy, I was a lot dumber, a lot more angsty, I said things, but I guess they basically brushed it off. I guess the hints were everywhere, but they're my family. Family looks past that kind of stuff, or they try to not look at it, I guess.
Let me ask you. At this point, what do you consider yourself? I'm going to use a dirty word, okay? But I don't mean to insult you, okay? Do you consider you mentally disturbed? Do you consider yourself crazy? What do you consider yourself? Any of those? Or you think you're okay? You just got some bad thoughts?
I'm not mentally disturbed. I mean, I'm sane. I know exactly what I did. I know that it's wrong in the traditional sense of wrong.
Hello.
It was just a fantasy you had, and you had to carry it out.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Now I feel vaguely, kind of like I'm done.
So.
You still feel like you're done with your mom. You still feel like you want to keep on killing? To keep on, with other fantasies? Or how do you feel?
I came here to pay for my crimes, so I guess I should continue with the truth. Truthfully.
Yes, definitely.
I would kill again.
How about us? You think you want to kill us?
Oh, no. Rather, men aren't my thing, actually.
Women?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I don't. I've never had a girlfriend.
Never had a girlfriend.
I'll tell you what. Give me your fancy of killing a woman. What would your fancy killing would be? Your ace killing, what would that be?
This is a little peculiar. I'm on camera. Okay.
I'm not surprised at what I'm going to hear, but you tell me.
Maybe dressing up in a nice suit, sneaking into her house, disabling her boyfriend. I'd bring a pretty dress with me to dress her up in. I was always into strangling, but after that last blunder, I guess maybe something big and sharp would be more along my thing. And I I don't know, probably decapitate her, as I prefer my women dead.
Okay.
I would dress her up. I'd stitch her up. Kind of try to work the head back on, perhaps. And then I'd go to town, and it would be a night to remember.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd kind of just burn everything and run for the hills.
Now, you mentioned that you lost your virginity to a corpse.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? What happened?
Oh, well, just last night, my mother, yeah.
Okay, not somebody else. You're talking about your mom.
Yes.
Okay, so before that you had never had sex?
Well, I guess since I'm being quiet about it, I might as well tell you now. And it's on the note too, the PS part. We used to have a gray cat named Claire. Oh yeah, bestiality is a thing of mine too. Now you know. And so I strangled it, I drowned it, and then I cut it open, and you know the rest. You kind of get the rest.
You had sex with the cat, with the dead cat?
Yeah, ripped it open, stuck it in there. Yeah.
You ever had sex with a live person?
No. No.
So that your thing, having sex with a live person, that doesn't turn you on. It's dead thing, dead person, dead animals. That's what turns you on.
I don't necessarily mind. I don't have standards or morals. Body's a body, and in the end, it's a piece of meat. I guess it's harsh to say, but but no, I don't necessarily mind.
How about the idea of hurting yourself? Do you have the same idea now?
Huh?
Do you have the same idea that you want to hurt yourself, commit suicide?
No, it's over for me. I'll face the music. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
There's not a happy ending for me, guys.
Well, tell me, what do you think should happen to you? What do you think your punishment should be?
Whatever the judge, the people, the jury deems fit. I can rot, I can suffer for years, or I can be given the death penalty, whatever they think.
What do you think you deserve? Killing your mom? Having sex with your mom?
I deserve to rot and suffer. I mean, it is what it is.
Okay, I want to give you some options here. Okay. 10 years probation, 20 years in the pen, 100 years in the pen. What do you prefer from those cities?
Name them again.
Probation, 10 years. 10 years in the pen, 50 years, or 100 years in the pen.
100.
The maximum.
I suppose. I mean,
I admire your mind, man. You don't sit here and try to baby yourself to death.
Came here to face the music. I guess just gotta.
Yeah, right.
It is what it is.
Thank you, brother, man.
Anything else you want to add about what happened that's important that we should know?
Not really. I'm sure interested in other colorful details.
Have you ever heard your sister?
No, I haven't.
No.
Anybody else?
Nope.
You have never killed anybody else or anything else?
Oh, no. Yeah, that was my first.
You ever been on Blucher Street? You ever been on Blucher Street?
Is he referring like
Blucher Street?
Blucher Street.
You know where Blucher Park is?
I haven't.
It's a large area of Karankawa, Tankawa.
It's down the street here in the uptown area. I had a woman that was killed back then. So.
Oh, no, not me.
Oh, okay.
This is your first time you're saying, right? That you killed somebody?
Yeah.
A person, not an animal?
Yes.
Do you want to know what's going to happen to you now?
Oh, sure.
Okay, very simple. You're going to be booked at the county. First, you take the city facility. You're charged with murder. Then you will be transferred over to the county, where, of course, you'll go to the county jail. They'll set a bond for you and everything else, and if you can afford to get out of jail, then so be it. And if you can't, sit there until your trial. Okay? The trial, you can plead not guilty, and you can go to trial and let a jury decide if you're guilty or not, or you may be able to cut a deal with the district attorney for whatever time you want to cut a deal for. Okay? Spare the jury. You know, in a jury, of course, a jury of 12, you might have several women or several men. The thing to remember is all those people have had mothers in the past. And they may not be too proud of you.
Oh, of course. I don't expect people to think very highly of me after this.
Hey, but like I said, I admire you for your honesty. You were honest with us, and you didn't try to bullshit us. Okay, and you're like a man. You came out here and took it like a man.
So around what time was it that you did this to your mom yesterday?
Probably ended around 8-ish, 9-ish.
At nighttime? Night?
Yeah, night.
Okay. And then what time did you leave the apartment and ride off on your bike?
Maybe around 9-ish, 10-ish, late night. Late 9.
And then today is when you ended up at that house in Robstown?
Yeah.
Where would your bike be at?
Probably in the undergrowth around the train tracks, just a little east of that house. But it's really deep in. No, wait, you said my bike?
Yes.
Okay, I was talking about my other stuff. But my bike is. I was going nowhere at the time. I don't even remember the street I was on. I just kind of stuffed it in the undergrowth near the railroad.
Near the railroad in 44 or what?
No, it was kind of a residential area. I remember going down a steeper hill with my bike, and it's like I just ditched it. Wasn't worth much now. So I kind of rode it a little hard, of course.
Do you know how to drive?
I don't know how to drive.
Oh, is that why you didn't take your mom's car?
Exactly.
I think your mom's car is still parked there now.
Did anything happen in your mom's car?
Oh, nothing.
Okay. If we were to take you, would you go show us where the bike's at and what?
Oh.
Could you do that?
I don't remember the street name, but I could help. Yeah.
I'm interested in recovering your bike.
What kind of bike is it? What does it look like?
It's rad, very dirty.
Is it like a 10-speed, like, or a BMX type bike, or
6-speed?
6-speed?
Yeah.
And when you left their apartments, which way did you go?
I kind of zigzagged around like an idiot because I had no idea where I was going to go. And it was a little leisurely because, I mean, after you murder someone, after you cross that kind of line, you don't really think much about it.
Okay, so would you say you went down Highway 44 all the way down to Robstown?
I think I did pass over that past thing. I passed by a car dealership. I don't remember, quite frankly.
You mentioned the other things. When you mentioned bicycles, I thought you meant the other things. What other things are out there?
Oh, I'm just talking about my backpack and other things.
Yes, that's what I was talking about.
And which is way down, far the line, just a little east of the house I ended up at in Cal Allen. So it's Cal Allen and stuff.
By the railroad tracks?
Yeah, Corpus Christi bike, but it's the Cal Allen stuff, the backpack and whatnot is really stuck underneath the undergrowth, yeah.
Okay. And we probably to recover that, hoping we can find it. Would it be all right for you to take it down there once we find the railroad?
Oh, you want me to? Yeah, I can show you.
Okay. I'll tell you what, let us get through with the rest of the people we have here. And we'll hop in the car and we'll take it down there and we'll try to recover your backpack and your bike and go from there.
Okay.
Is there anything in your backpack full of blood or anything else that we need to worry about?
I don't believe so, just some supplies I kind of just threw in there.
Yeah, you said you took a shower at the house and everything, right?
Oh, I did, yeah.
So you were covered in blood?
I was covered in blood, my glasses, everything. It was a mess.
Okay, partner, we're going to put you in another room where we're going to shut it down, and then we'll go from there. Would you care for more water or anything? It's up to you, man. I got it in the refrigerator if you want it.
I think I'm fine. I'll just finish this.
Okay. Hey, thanks. Well, man, you came across like a man. I mean, not like somebody else. You came across like a, you did what you did, and you came and said it. I admire a man like that. I work this kind of stuff all the time, and you get a lot of time, but a lot of times people all of a sudden did something, and all they want to do is move out of it. You want to take responsibility. You're a different person.
My life's taken a different turn. Time to change, I guess. I don't know.
Why don't you come over here, sit with me, and
You handcuffed, right?
Yeah.
We need to find your sister just to make sure that she's okay. You said you didn't hurt her, right?
I did not.
We're trying to call her on the phone. We can get her. Does she go to school?
No, she doesn't go to school currently.
Oh, because we thought maybe she was at college or something. What is she? Does she work?
She works at Mesquite Bar and Grill, I believe.
That's the one in Saratoga?
I would not know, but probably.
And her name is Desiree.
Desiree Hill, yeah.
How old is she?
24.
You know her phone number?
I'm sorry, I don't know by heart now.
Okay, if I was to give you some numbers, would you tell me if it's right or not?
Oh, you have numbers?
I don't know if I have numbers or not, but I got to look. 459-7215, does that sound right?
Well, where are you getting these numbers from? It kind of sounds familiar.
Oh, I'm getting the number from the house.
I guess you could try. It sounds vaguely familiar. You
Does
could
it
try.
have a 361 area code?
It does. Yeah, it has
361.
361.
Whose area code is 443? 443, whose area code is that?
I wouldn't know. It kind of rings a bell, maybe something on my mother's contacts, but I wouldn't know.
Okay. So let me go get a key for this stuff. Let me get a key for this stuff.
Okay.
Is this the number you got?
The number you have?
Yeah.
Does that sound familiar, that number that you detected?
549 kind. Does it have a 361?
No, this one has the area code of 443, I think.
Yeah, it may be under her dad's name.
443 is the area code. 459.
Let me call it again.
But does she have a local number? Last time you talked to her on the phone, when was it?
Well, I have a list of contacts, so I never bother to remember numbers by memory.
Whose phone is in the floor then? Is it yours?
Is it the people?
A phone in the floor in the bedroom?
Oh, that should be my bedroom.
No, hers.
I believe I left her phone in the living room. Was it pink?
Yeah.
Okay, then that is definitely hers, wherever it is.
Okay.
There you go, I thought it was familiar.
Desiree, it's Sergeant Garcia, Coverage PD. Please call me at this number that I'm calling you on and talk to you because I need to talk to you.
Sorry.
Where could she be at now, Sergeant?
Probably sleeping since last I checked she works late. And remember that apartment I told you that's nearby here? Sort of Spanish set, I forgot the name of it.
Come on,
You can say it.